लिए आकाश न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
ये ना सोचो दर्द हमारा कहीं सुना न, अब न्यायालय खुद चलकर चौपालों तक आएगा।
गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए।
Good morning, Julie, and welcome you all on this special occasion of this mega legal awareness camp. The aim and objectives of this camp is to make people aware of the rights granted under the Indian Constitution and ensure that justice is provided to all sections of the people as well as legal services. So to begin the proceedings, I will request all the dignitaries and participants to rise for national anthem. Thank you. Thank you, and thanks to the student of CIBS. Our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Judge, High Court of Supreme Court of India, and Executive Chairman, National Legal Services Authority, and Madam Shivani Kaul, Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Koteshwar Singh, Chief Justice of High Court of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, and Patron-in-Chief, Ladakh Legal Services Authority, and Madam Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Brare, Honorable Mr. Justice Atul Shridan, Judge, High Court of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, and Executive Chairman, Ladakh Legal Services Authority, Dr. Pawan Kotwal, the advisor to Honorable LG, UT Ladakh, and all the secretaries of UT Ladakh who are present here, and Honorable Executive Chairman, Ladakh Legal Services Authority, Leh Hill Development Council, President and members of Bar Association Leh, Deputy Commissioner, headed by Deputy Commissioner, all the officers of District Leh, Superintendent, District Superintendent Leh, and all the police officials, all the members of Panchayat Raj Institution, Principal Secretary to Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Sharma, sir, and Mr. Anup Kumar, Register IT Committee, High Court of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and all the officials who have come from High Court of J&K and Ladakh, Principal District and Session Judge, Mr. Yashpal Sharma, and other judicial officer of Leh District, Mr. Yajwinder Singh, Director, National Legal Services Authority, and all the dignitaries and guests who have come all the way from all parts of Leh, and all the Nambardars and other members of the villages around Leh and around villages of Leh. Good morning to all. So, and all the dignitaries who are present here. So now I will request all the dignitaries on the dais to light the ceremonial lamp, please. Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Executive Chairman, National Legal Services Authority. Honorable Mr. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and Patron of Ladakh Legal Services Authority, Patron in Chief. Honorable Justice Atul Sridharan, Judge, High Court of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and Executive Chairman of Ladakh Legal Services Authority. Dr. Pawan Kotwal, the advisor to Honorable Lieutenant Governor, UT of Ladakh. Thank you, Lordship, and thank you, sir. Now, I will request Principal District and Session Judge, Mr. Yashpal Sharma, to formally welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Judge, High Court of Supreme Court of India, with khadaks and mementos in Ladakhi traditional way, please. Thank you. Thank you. Now I will request Mr. Tsewang Punchok, Chief Judicial Magistrate Leh, to present khadaks and memento to Honorable Mr. Justice Koteshwar Singh, Chief Justice of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and Patron-in-Chief, Ladakh Legal Services Authority. Now I will request Ms. Phuntsok Angmo, Special Mobile Magistrate and Secretary, District Legal Services Authority, Leh, to present a bouquet to Honorable Mr. Justice Atul Sridharan, Judge, High Court of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and Executive Chairman, Ladakh Legal Services Authority. Now I will request Mr. Mohammad Shafi Lasu, President Bar Association Leh, to present a bouquet to Dr. Pawan Kotwal, the advisor to Honorable Lieutenant Governor, UT of Ladakh. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now I will request Honorable Mr. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and Patron-in-Chief, Ladakh Legal Services Authority, to kindly present welcome address.
Good morning to everybody present here. It is indeed a wonderful day today that His Lordship Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, the second senior most judge of the Supreme Court of India and also the executive chairperson of the National Legal Service Authority. He himself is present here among us. His presence has not only enthused all the stakeholders who are actively involved in this movement which have been launched several decades ago to ensure that justice is not denied to anybody, irrespective of the place, reason, language, belief, or way of life, which inhabit this wonderful country like India. And this movement which has been going on is getting stronger day by day, thanks to the leadership of the NALSA. And His Lordship has been visiting various places of the country to see that whatever is being done reaches out to the most underprivileged, the most deprived sections. And today we have seen the motorized cycle being handed over. The kind of freedom he gets, the freedom of movement, he will get after using this battery-operated cycle is going to make a lot of difference. Yes, there are instances where legal service authorities are engaged in ensuring that justice is meaningful and not merely a rhetoric. Today, apart from His Lordship Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, who is present here, my colleague Justice Atul Sridharan, who is in charge of the Legal Service Authority of UT of Ladakh, is present. Amongst us on the dais also, Dr. Pawan Kotwal, IAS, advisor to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor. And off the dais, Madam Kaul also here, my wife, and all the other functionaries of the administration, members of the registry of the district and of the district judiciary. I am told there is a large number of students, apart from the faculty members of this institute, and other representatives of the various departments of the UT of Ladakh. I extend a very warm welcome in this wonderful day. You may be sometimes wondering, आप सोचते हो कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज, हाई कोर्ट के जज यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं? Our job is to do justice in the courtroom. Our main function, हमारे कोर्ट रूम के अंदर काम है हमारे. लेकिन इस तरह का काम तो ज़्यादातर होता है, पॉलिटिशियंस करते हैं, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स करते हैं, ऑफिशियल्स करते हैं, to reach out to the people. These are all development activities with which the judiciary is not directly involved. Lekin, it is a collaborative effort. Justice is not merely passing judgments in the court of law. Justice is also to ensure that those people who deserve their rights, the dues, are given to them. And it is a collaborative effort in which the legal service authorities play a very critical role. In other words, the NALSA or the Ladakh UT Legal Service Authority, these are institutions where all the stakeholders, whether it's judge, whether it's a politician, whether it's a bureaucrat, whether it's an official, whether it's an NGO, they all come together under one umbrella to make sure that justice is a reality for those who are in the marginalized sections of the society. In fact, in order to achieve this aim, the Parliament also has enacted the Legal Service Authorities Act of 1987. As I just discussed also, I briefly mentioned about it. It's very important to understand why we are here. At the apex level, we have this National Legal Service Authorities, which is headed by generally the senior most judge of the Supreme Court of India. And here, Honorable Justice S.K. Kaul, who is the senior most judge of the Supreme Court of India, is also the executive chairperson of NALSA, National Legal Service Authority. They lay down the general policies and guidelines, formulate the programs which are to be undertaken, executed in various states and UTs, and also at a district grassroots level, the district. So in every state we have the State Legal Service Authority, which is generally again headed by the senior most judge of the High Court. And at the district level, we have this body called District Legal Service Authority, which is a body in which the chairperson of the body, the Legal Service Authority, District Legal Service Authority, is the principal district and session judge, of which the DC, Deputy Commissioner, and SP are also very important functionaries. So we have a very unique institution which is not part of a legal, is not part of the judiciary. Sometimes people may confuse that Legal Service Authority is part of the judiciary. Yes, it is part of the judiciary, that because we are also part of it, but not really part of the judiciary in the sense that the judiciary doesn't have a direct administrative control over this functioning of this. It is an autonomous body created under the Act of a Parliament of the Legal Service Authorities Act 1987, in which the various stakeholders, various agencies of the state, the judiciary, the administration, they come together to reach out to the people, that is to the most marginalized sections of the society. And therefore, this Legal Service Authority is not merely to give legal aid for cases pending in the courts. Legal Services Authority is to enable each individual, each citizen of this country to realize his full potential, in which various hurdles may come, either poverty, either distance, either illiteracy. These are various factors which come in the way of the full realization of the potential of a human being. And we have promised to ourselves in our Constitution, if you read, those who have studied law, otherwise also, don't think Constitution of India to be a legal document only for lawyers and judges. It is a legal document for everybody, every citizen of this country. If you read the preamble of the Constitution, which contains the basic ideas, the lofty ideas, the principles, which we believe to make this country a great democratic country, there we find that we have made certain solemn commitment, solemn promise to ourselves that we shall make this country a great country by assuring dignity to every individual. And we also had made a solemn promise that there shall be justice, all kind of justice, social, economic, political. There shall be equality of opportunities. There shall be liberty of thought, expression. So these are all solemn promises we have made ourselves. You can find in the preamble to the Constitution of India. Therefore, I would request each and every individual person who is attending this today's conference to go back and open this Constitution of India. If you don't have a booklet with you, just open in the website. is very easy. Preamble to the Constitution. These ideas we have promised to ourselves, and it is the responsibility of each and every individual in this country, irrespective of the function, irrespective of the duty he discharges in official and non-official in a private sphere of life. That's where the importance of legal service authority. That's why you see that judges are getting involved in these activities to show that, yes, when it comes to the interest and development of individual development of the citizens, we are all one and together. There is no distinction between judges, between the political leadership or the executive or the officials. We are one. That is one platform we have taken advantage of gathering together. I shall not take much time because we have Lordship to address us in this very important function. Ladakh is one of the most beautiful, one of the most, at the same time, inaccessible. Anybody who wishes to come to Ladakh, either Kargil or Leh or any of these far-flung areas, has to get himself acquainted. It's not very easy place to come. And we can understand how difficult it is for the people who are staying here. And it is our duty, and I think we find great pleasure in trying to reach out to the people of this UT, where people are going through very harsh climatic conditions. I mean, in fact, when we went to this just a few minutes of going around the stalls, we came to see beautiful flowers, beautiful green see plants and fruits. It's absolutely stunning that in this arid, apparently looks so dry and harsh desert, there can be still greeneries. Therefore, I just want to say that irrespective of this, the vastness and the distance in which the people have been staying in this location, but we are with you, one with you, and the visit of Honorable Justice S.K. Kaul is an example of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lordship. Thank you so much, Lordship. You have explained so well that how all of us are connected with Legal Services Authority and how each one of us can take benefit of Legal Services Authority, which is the mandate of Constitution of India to provide to each one of us. That is on the theme of access to justice and justice on doorsteps. So to understand more about the Legal Services Authority's aims and objectives, I will request to play the NALSA theme song so that you all will understand more about the Legal Services Authority. Thank you. NALSA theme song, please.
एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, आकाश न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए। अपने इस हिंदुस्तान पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
ये न सोचो दर्द हमारा कहीं सुना न जाएगा, अब न्यायालय खुद चलकर चौपालों तक आएगा।
लाचारों को न्याय मिलेगा, दुखियारों को न्याय मिलेगा, कमजोरों को न्याय मिलेगा, मजलूमों को गुलिस्ता पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए।
Thank you. Thank you. Now I will request Dr. Pawan Kotwal, advisor to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor, UT of Ladakh, to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul-ji, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Executive Chairman NALSA. Honorable Mr. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Chief Justice, High Court of J&K in Ladakh, and Patron-in-Chief, Ladakh Legal Services Authority. Honorable Mr. Justice Shri Atul Sridharan, Judge, High Court of J&K and Ladakh and Executive Chairman, Ladakh Legal Services Authority. Madam Kaul, Madam Singh, the officers from the UT administration, members of the judiciary, members of the Bar of Ladakh, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and dear students. And last but not the least, the Vice Chancellor of the CIBS, Mr. Rajiv Ranjanji. Sir, first of all, let me express my deepest gratitude for having visited us, for having come here to organize this mega legal awareness camp here. For us, it's a very important event, sir. And we feel highly obliged that you took your time, both the justices, to come here and bless us with their presence. Sir, in olden days, there is a saying in Ladakh that only the dearest of the friends and the fiercest of the enemies would care to visit us. But now things have changed. Ladakh is on the path of development, and Ladakh has been shown to the world, and we here get a large number of tourists here. Roughly around 5 lakh people or more than that we get every year here. So Ladakh has become a very popular tourist destination, and as it is a new UT, sir, so there are many institutions which are in the formative stage, and we are doing our best to actually lay the foundation of these institutions. One of them being the UT Ladakh Legal Services Authority. As far as infrastructure is concerned, as it has been clarified, that it is an autonomous organization, and it is controlled right from the top under the chairmanship of the Justice Kaul, who is the puisne judge there. He is the second senior most judge in the Supreme Court of India. But from our side, from the administration side, we are trying to give all support for laying the infrastructure for the judiciary in Ladakh. The Ladakh Legal Services Office is coming up at a cost of roughly around 6 crores. The work is going on at a very fast pace. We have the various judicial complexes coming up here, one at Dras, one at Padum, one at Kargil Khurbathang itself, and here we have a judicial complex coming up at Melongthong. The total cost of these projects is roughly around 200 crores. Recently we got another administrative approval from the Honorable High Court regarding a multi-purpose hall, and this is also being approved. This year we allotted roughly around 50 crores for these projects, and we plan to raise it to 75 crores next year, so that all these institutions get they get set up on the ground. As far as the paralegal volunteers is concerned, there is I've been given to understand that there is a proposal that for missing children also we will be doing it. We will be engaging around 14 paralegal volunteers. I mean the state legal service authority would do that. But from our side, we will be giving all support. So we are a very young UT. So we are also very severely understaffed, but we are highly motivated to make UT one of the best run UTs in the country. We are thinking of carbon neutral development. We are trying to preserve its pristine environment, because it's a big challenge here. So that's why we are doing carbon neutral development, which is the slogan of the Prime Minister. So we are doing many new things here. We are trying to protect our wildlife. We are trying to, balance how development with the environment and the wildlife. So in this endeavor, as you rightly said, sir, that as a society, it is very heartening to hear from you that it is a collaborative effort. Like, we can't see judiciary as a distant or an inaccessible level. So thank you very much. It's very heartening for us. And in the end, it reminds me of one quote of a great philosopher, Greek philosopher of 5th century, Protagoras. He said, man is the measure of all things. So we all in the society should work towards that, sir, and we are doing our best. And in this, we all need your blessings and constant support. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Lordship, if I tell you, Sir, Dr. Pawan Kotwal Saab has been so kind and so supportive for whatever initiative we take, Lordship. And our office, Ladakh Legal Service Authority, has been functioning from J&K since November last year, Lordship. So November last year, we opened office here, and I have got full support, and whatever help we required, we got from administration. And I would like to say thanks to all the Dr. Pawan Kotwal and all the administrative officer, Deputy Commissioner, SSP, or Secretary level. So we are really thankful to all of you. Thank you. So under the aegis of NALSA, Ladakh Legal Services Authority and NALSA have been rendering legal services to all the needy and poor, and we are doing lots of legal awareness program also. I will, in this regard, I will request to present few glimpses of activities and services provided through Ladakh Legal Services Authority and District Legal Services Authority, Leh. Please. So these are the glimpse of activities we do in mostly in Leh district. Thank you so much. Thanks. Now, I will request Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Judge High Court of Supreme Court of India and Patron-in-Chief, National Legal Services Authority, to kindly present keynote address. Thank you.
Namaskar. Can you hear me? Is it, am I audible? Yeah, okay. Namaskar. Chief Justice Koteshwar Singh, Mr. Tulsi Dharan, Mr. Kotwal, members of the legal fraternity, members of the administration, the persons involved with the National Legal Service Authority, the paralegals, students and friends. In Mr. Kotwal's words, I come here as your dearest friend. And many more people will come here as your friends as time goes by. Because Ladakh has seen the development process speeded up and becoming a hub of tourism, apart from whatever development activities which is going around, which we saw around when we entered here. That's a matter of great significance. I have come here after 4 decades, actually. Came here as a youngster. Development was very basic at that time. Army was the only existing infrastructure at that stage of time. Stayed with the army. Went round. So to see this today, after 4 decades, is an eye-opener for me. To see the level of development, to see what is happening around, to see the hospitality sector, and to visit the exhibition in the morning with so many small things are being done. Actually, I was telling the ladies, including my wife, that we sometimes, when we say stay in metropolitan towns, we become critiques of everything what is happening. We don't realize how much is happening at a base level in the smaller places, in villages, in smaller towns. And this is a reflection of what is happening in support system which exist to make the living conditions better for the citizens of India, and that has to be the target. Coming to the legal system, why have a legal system at all? What is the necessity of it? The necessity of a legal system is because where human beings are there who think, there are bound to be difference of perceptions. That difference of perception can be in a family, it can be in a society, it can be intercede a society in many ways. You need a methodology to find solutions to the problems of resolution of those disputes. So the legal system is like a pressure cooker. It provides, the valve provides for the steam to get out so that people don't take force to settle their own disputes. This is the very basis, I feel, of a legal system. There are some pre-notified rules, norms, which are given the structure of different acts and legislations under the parent constitution of India, under which we resolved ourselves to be a sovereign, democratic, socialistic republic. And the society of ours is varied. We are possibly more vast in our differences of thought, processes, khana, peena, pehnav, sab cheez farak hai. If whole of Europe was combined into one, I think we are more diverse. So running a country like India, administrating a country like India, is more complex if one person was administering the whole of Europe. And therefore, the needs and nitty-gritties of each place have to be met with. Our constitutional thinkers of the greatest people developed one of the most pieces of art of constitution over a period of time, borrowing from different places. And Article 39 of the Indian Constitution held a significant importance, embodying a principle of justice, equality, and access to legal services of all citizens. The whole concept was that there has to be a cornerstone in ensuring that justice system in India remains fair, transparent, and inclusive because of the varied economic and social powers which exist and the divergence thereof. Legal awareness, it is said, means the ability to understand words used in legal context, to draw conclusions from them, and then to use those conclusions to take actions. That is why Article 39A emphasizes the principles of equality of opportunity by striving to provide equality of justice irrespective of social and economic status. It promotes the idea of legal services to the marginalized and the vulnerable sections of society, enabling them to exercise their rights. The Legal Services Authority Act of 1987 was a concrete step in this direction to give effect to Article 39A of the Constitution and establish the NALSA at the national level, the SALSA and the DLSA at state and district levels. The pyramidal structure was created to reach to the marginalized sections of society. Legal aid and assistance is important because it helps to ensure that everyone has equal access to justice regardless of their income. Let us look at the criminal justice system. Why is it that the socially and economic weaker sections of the society which bear the brunt of it? When we examine its studies, we find the under trials mostly belong to this section of society. The more affluent sections of society can get the best of legal assistance and therefore are able to enlarge themselves on bail on a legal principles in mind. The vulnerable sections of society did not have this privilege. Last year, while examining this issue, we found that almost more than 5,000 prisoners who had been granted bail could not get out. Reasons had to be found. Is it that they could not fill the bond? Is it that they could not give the security? And the NALSA took up this effort to develop a program and a system, set up a system between the police, the jail authorities, and the NALSA. Something which the Chief Justice talked about. There is a collaborative effort. The result was that over a period of time, almost 4,000 plus of those people have actually been enlarged on bail. That is, they got out. And the others are pending consideration for various periods of time. That's the significance of NALSA. I have spent almost 1 year heading the NALSA. I knew about it, but I came to know better about it. As I traveled the length and breadth of the country in different parts, as I went to Nagaland, went to Guwahati, went to South, went to Meghalaya, and various different parts of the country, you realize the importance of a structured system which helps the people at the base level. And to my mind, one of the great efforts which is being made as foot soldiers of this system are the paralegals in our system. People are not concerned with the complexities of the law, what we decide, how much we write, what we write. They are concerned with their small problems, and those problems are required to be solved. The paralegals help in solving those problems before they get even into a dispute. The whole concept of solving disputes prior to litigation is a very important part of NALSA's work. In fact, NALSA is today, I can say with pride, possibly the greatest length and breadth of its operation, better than anywhere in the world. We are hoping to organize a international conference, if things work out well, towards the end of November, to showcase something in which we lead. We are often criticized, we are slow, the numbers are large, justice is delayed. Yet let us understand people still approach this system because they have faith in the system. Otherwise, they won't wait for so many years. We also don't look to what we have done. We look to what has not been done. And every case is not a error in the system. Mere pendency is not areas I keep on emphasizing. We are a large country, millions of people, lakhs of disputes. So at any stage of time, there will be lakhs of dispute. What is troublesome is the cases which pend in the system for long. How to solve them? And paralegal volunteers help in the process of trying to identify all these. Let us say, why have we gone to the alternative dispute resolution mechanism? All over the world it works. America in early 80s was in the same boat, but they used mediation, arbitration, other methodologies, plea bargaining to settle disputes. We are a different society, so we have to evolve those systems in our society in our own way to be able to succeed. But it is important to resolve those disputes without trying to take them through 3-4 tiers of scrutiny till the Supreme Court. Sometimes, with respect, the legal fraternity of lawyers will keep on advising them to keep going forward. And then it takes ages to resolve what the dispute is. There may be serious crimes against society, there may be constitutional issues. Those are to be determined by the court itself. But there is a large spectrum of cases which can be settled through a reasonable manner within the system. One of the important aspects which has to be taken care of by the NALSA is that a large majority of the Indian population is unaware of the legal rights. Awareness of legal rights is important. This is due to a number of factors, including lack of education, poverty, and social exclusion. At times, it is easier to change law than to implement it at the ground level. The change in the inheritance law for women is one example of it, where the law changed, but the society found it very difficult to accept because the same thing had prevailed for decades and centuries together. So it's a social movement which has to take place to make the women understand what their rights are, to make the men understand that they have to give this right to the women. That's again an area where NALSA has to do that. Even those people who are aware of these legal rights at times may not know even how to enforce it. It's not a theoretical basis. So the legal system can be complex and daunting, and NALSA helps them achieve the objective of realizing their rights which they may be aware of but not aware how to seek those rights. Legal awareness campaigns also help in reducing crime and violence when people are aware of their rights. Various schemes have come up under NALSA. We saw the effect of the same outside just now. They include the legal services to senior citizens. We had a desk for it. We have the compensation scheme for women victims and survivors of sexual assault and crimes. Legal services for differently abled children. There's some examples. And internally, those smaller units of UTs and states develop it. So you have a demonstration outside how things are happening in agriculture, how things are happening to help the persons who are with special needs, how equipments are being manufactured and designed for their people to their facilitation, for which we release some of the equipment. These are various vulnerable groups who need that little bit of extra help which is required. Legal awareness thus is very important. That's why we keep on organizing legal awareness camps for this particular purpose. And in the year 2022-23, the legal service institutions under the aegis of the NALSA have organized more than 4.9 lakh legal awareness programs, which was attended by 6.75 crores persons who immensely benefited from the programs. Just to give an example, when I was Chief Justice Punjab Haryana, at times of religious celebrations, we decided to have an NALSA camp outside. People used to come for religious functions, saw the camp and came. There were small problems. There can be a problem how to get a ration card, how to get an Aadhaar card, how a small disputes can be resolved. It provided access to resolution of smaller problems. So innovativeness is the most important aspect if we have to change the thought process and help them. And for the students and the who are to be lawyers or in other capacities, this is how will you assist the society and help the people who are less fortunate than you to get to the objectives. And you start the learning process now. It is heartening for me to see that the Ladakh Salsa and the LSIs of Ladakh, despite facing various challenges in the circumstances they are, have strived towards ensuring legal awareness reaches to the remotest corners of Ladakh. In the 2022-23, Ladakh Salsa has organized 181 programs which were attended by more than 22,000 participants under various levels. It's a matter of pride, and we must be proud of what we have done. Taluk Legal Services Committees, Khalsi of Leh district organized a legal literacy camp for laborers working in there at the municipal courts. Part of campaign officials provided information about the rights guaranteed of the Constitution, including right to free legal aid, and encouraged participants to come forward to report injustice and crime against them. 2022, these LSIs under the aegis of the NALSA launched a pan-India campaign which was spread over 2 weeks long period from 31st October 2022 to 13th November 22 to increase the legal awareness, covering a vast number of people. We, in partnership with the National Commission for Women, initiated a statewide campaign to educate women about their rights. The fundamental goal of all these efforts was to provide women with legal literacy and understanding of various current legal positions and their rights. The approach adopted towards legal awareness must be multidimensional. It must not be restricted to organizing camps and programs. Awareness must remain a key component of every step. That means spreading awareness must be a continuous process and must reflect the approach of the LSIs. The legal awareness will also not be limited only to dissemination of information. With all the work being carried out, I am certain that we are headed in the right direction of providing legal services to the people at large. I have been a great votary of mediation. I feel settlement process through negotiation, which is part of our NALSA also, is better than the labyrinth of the legal systems in its vast complexities. In smaller tribal areas, there's probably a greater realization of settling through the process of mediation, because the parties themselves participate and get a stake in how the matter is to be decided. So, training for these mediators is also important. And one of the first training example which is given in mediation is, I've been through all these, sat through these training sessions myself, is that if an orange has to be separated between two people, the court system will simply divide it into half and give half to each. The mediation system will seek to elicit as to what is the person who is to get that orange going to do with it. So if one person is using it a juice for some purpose, another person seeks to develop a marmalade out of the rind, one person can get the rind and another get the juice. Solution is far more practical than the way a legal system must do so. Sometimes the people who are involved do not even understand the complexity of a legal system or what is going on. They wonder what is going on without knowing how does it work out. I have often given an example of what the legal system does to people if they are not aware of what they are getting. So in the Delhi High Court, we have some of these kiosks outside. One of the kiosks is of a cold drinks, juice, etc. One of my colleagues in his lawyer days was standing there when two people came there. They possibly asked for a cold coffee. That man mistakenly gave them elaichi milk. So they asked him, what did we ask for? He says, cold coffee. He says, what have you given me? He looked at it and then realized he had given elaichi milk. So this person, who must have been a little irritative with the court proceeding, said, तुम पिछले जन्म में कोई जज रहे होगे, मांगो कुछ और देता कुछ और है. तो उसको जो मांग रहा है वो तो मिल नहीं रहा है, जो नहीं मांग रहा है आप उसको दे रहे हैं. तो अगर आप बैठ के उस मामले को सुलझाएंगे तो एक बेहतर तरीका निकलेगा उसका एक सोल्यूशन फाइंड करने का. लॉ में एक एथिकल प्रोसेस भी आता है, वो इवन मीडिएशन सेटलमेंट में नालसा में बताया जाता है कि एक सिग्निफिकेंस है एथिकल प्रोसेस की. और मैं अंत में यही कहूंगा कि ethics permeates law as such. That's the foundation of any law, any method of solving disputes. Therefore, to quote Potter Stewart, ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is a right to do. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Lordship, for your enlightening us with your kind words and wisdom. तो अब सबके इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए मैं एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ. लॉर्डशिप जस्टिस मिस्टर संजय किशन कौल, जज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया, जो हमारे अपने JNK से है, तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट की बात है, क्योंकि हम एक ही थे पहले. तो लॉर्डशिप, वी आर सो प्राउड ऑफ यू. Lordship, another thing I would like to bring to your kind notice is we have our ex-officio member secretary, Mr. M.K. Sharma, is with us. So he has also taken a lot of initiative to establish this Ladakh Legal Service Authority office. And now our land has been allotted for our office and construction is going on. And for that we are thankful to administration also, and for the Honorable High Court, Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Executive Chairman, have taken a lot of initiative for this, Lordship. Thank you. Now I will request Honorable Mr. Justice Atul Sridhar, Judge High Court of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, and Executive Chairman, Ladakh Legal Services Authority, to kindly present word of thanks.
This has been my first trip to Ladakh. In fact, before I got transferred from Madhya Pradesh to JNK, I had never seen the state in its resplendent beauty and its expansiveness and diversity. And it has been a mesmerizing experience just driving down from Srinagar to Ladakh. And I believe there are about 28 flights every day to Ladakh, to Leh, from Srinagar and other places of the country. But the way to make it to Ladakh is by road. And in that journey, I saw the beauty in barrenness of the mountainscapes and the play of light on the mountain peaks, some of them covered with snow, some of them totally barren and dry. And the roads are meant to be ridden down on a motorcycle rather than a motor car. Very exciting. And in my vote of thanks, I would like to thank Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Judge of the Supreme Court and Executive Chairman of the National Legal Services Authority, for having graced this occasion. So your description of the diversity of India is well taken. If a country be represented by a bouquet of flowers, there can be no more colorful a bouquet than India, with the kind of variations of people, cultures, religions, languages that we have. Perhaps we are unique on this planet. And so you have stated about access to justice and also about the criminal justice system. You've spoken about the vulnerable sections of the society, especially the poor, who languish in jails only for the reason that they can't afford a good lawyer to move an application for bail on time, and how the system willy-nilly, not intentionally, favors those, doesn't favor, I wouldn't say it's favoring, but it provides those who are financially well off a better opportunity to seek justice. Thank you very much, sir, for being present on this occasion. And Honorable Mr. Justice N. Koteshwar Singh, Chief Justice of J&K and Ladakh, sir, thank you very much for having taken time off from your busy schedule and having graced this occasion, sir. You gave a very succinct description of the legal services hierarchy and how justice means beyond the courtrooms, beyond the confines of the courts. And the others whom I would like to express my gratitude are those individuals and departments of the Union Territory without whose assistance and involvement, perhaps this program would not have seen the light of day. Dr. Pawan Kotwal, IAS Advisor to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor, thank you very much, sir, for your presence and your contribution, sir. Mr. Sanjeev Khairwar, IAS Principal Secretary, School Education Department, UT of Ladakh. Sri Ravindra Kumar, IAS Administrative Secretary, UT of Ladakh, Department of Hospitality, Protocol, and Principal Secretary to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor. Mr. Kachu Mehboob, IRS, Secretary to Tourism and Department of UT of Ladakh. Professor Rajesh Ranjan, Vice Chancellor, CIBS, Choglamsar, Leh. Sri M.K. Sharma, Principal Secretary to the Honorable Chief Justice of the Honorable High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Sri Anup Kumar Sharma, Registrar IT, Honorable High Court of J&K and Ladakh. Sri Yajwendra Singh, Director NALSA. Member Secretary, Ms. Palzis Angmo, and Mr. Yashpal Sharma, Principal District Judge, Leh, and all the judges of the District Judiciary of Leh. Sri Santosh Sukhdev, IAS Deputy Commissioner Leh. Ms. Shruti Arora, IPS SP Leh, and other senior police officers of the UT of Ladakh and who are present here. The, Venerable Konshok Rigzin, Administrative Officer CIBS Choglamsar, Dr. Padma Gurmeet, Director NISR Leh, Ms. Stanzen Desal, President Press Club Leh, along with all other journalists, Sri Mohammed Shafi, President of the Bar Association and members of the Bar Association and all the advocates who are present here, the staff of the District Court of Leh headed by CAO, Ms. Khatun Dedi, up to all Class 4 employees, including Jagmeet Dolkar, all public representatives, the Sarpanchs, Panchas, Nambardars of various localities of Leh, besides all the other participants, all the government departments of District Leh, UT Ladakh, who have installed various stalls pertaining to welfare schemes of the government department, all the banks of District Leh who have also installed various stalls showing various schemes pertaining to various welfare schemes of banks, the ASHA workers, the Anganwadi workers. We thank the district administration headed by Sri Santosh Sukhdev, IAS Deputy Commissioner Leh, all the police personnel of the various wings of the police department headed by Dr. S.D. Singh Jamwal, IPS, Additional DGP UT of Ladakh for extending wholehearted support for ensuring the success of this program. All the media and print, both print and electronic, who have covered this event and gave wide publicity of the event. We thank all the staff of CIBS, headed by Professor Rajesh Ranjan, Vice Chancellor CIBS, Choglamsar Leh. And if we have left out anyone, it's on account of my own inadvertence. My sincere apologies to them, but your contributions, sir and madam, are also taken note of. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lordship. With this, we will conclude this inaugural session. I will request all the dignitaries to please proceed for a cup of high tea. With the permission of chair, I would like to explain something in Ladakhi, Lordship, for them. Ngeja kashkot kane skundon pa changmala nge teo juwa phulin aka ngata welfare schemes nang cham shingata Ladakh UT ngata thobri thoptang jigok shigazuge government scheme yot tebes korla ngata pura stall sangma philo gayo tenok te stall sangme ka jipcha zate ngeja changme zixte ngata phantok chi nen yanches dukte azuk zate tel tingne tene ngeja changma 2000 नाम से माने स्कूचेस मानो बाहर आपके लिए लंच का इंतजाम है तो आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे आप प्लीज लंच करके जाएं Sir, we have with us, sorry, Lordship, we forgot to give the name of Honorable Executive Councillor, Leh Autonomous Development, Hill Development Council, Konchok Chospel. So on behalf of Lordship, I'll just say thanks to you for gracing this occasion. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. Tukje che changmalal. Jule.